And welcome back to the channel, everybody. And yes, if you watched the last video, I bought a new, well, used car, a 2016 Shaker Challenger with a 6-speed manual. I am so in love with this car already. It's only been one day. I've only driven it a little bit to a car meet and back, which only a few miles from home, so I haven't been able to really experience it. So I'm going to take you with me today. We're going to go for a drive in it. I'm going to give you my first thoughts, my first impressions on driving this car. Also, when you buy a used car, you got to take a few little lumps with those things and change some things on the car that maybe need to get changed or need to get fixed. And there is a little ding right here, tiny ding, like literally no one would notice it. I saw it when I bought it and I knew that going in, so I bought it anyways because I have the king of fixing dents, the Picasso of dent repair here in Orange County. I'm gonna go see him today, get that dent fixed, even though it's really hard to notice, but I notice it and that's driving me nuts. And a few other things I'm gonna do. These wheels will be blacked out. This wicker bill I've decided is going to go away. These old school Scat Pack emblems are gone. I'm going to replace, which I believe this car, tell me in the comments below, that the B emblem should have been here. I've looked at many pictures of this exact year car and it had the B emblems. So I ordered those already. The OEM emblems to go back there where they belong. I've got the riser coming for the Scat Pack, or I'm sorry, for the Shaker, and a few other, oh, and the front license plate's going away. I've got the white plugs to cover up the holes there, and this thing will be coming together really soon. But now let's jump in the car, take it for a drive, and I'll give you my thoughts. All right, so let's go. Push in the clutch, put the brake, go to neutral, go to reverse, nothing like my automatic, and let the brake off, which I keep forgetting, and close the garage. And then, let's go. All right, so we are driving the 2016 Scat Pack with a manual, and you can already see the smile on my face because this thing feels incredible. The amount of control that you have when you drive a manual is something unlike an automatic could ever experience. And I will tell you, what breaks my heart is that so many kids, and when I say kids, it's not even kids nowadays, it's like grown men, 30, 40-year-old grown men that are saying to me that they've never driven a manual. They were never taught how to drive a stick shift car. And that is pretty astonishing considering that they've been around, they're still around. You can still buy them, even some car makers are still making them. I know the Supra's going to come out with a manual, hopefully, and I can buy that for my daughter because she's going to learn. She is going to be one of those millennials who know how to drive a manual. So here's what we're going to do first. We're going to get this green light. We're going to drop these windows, and we are going to go underneath this overpass and listen to the gloriousness of this exhaust. Now, I don't know if this has a muffler delete. There we go. Muffler delete or a custom exhaust. So we're gonna have to find out and put this thing up on some jacks and see what is underneath there, because I don't, look, when you miss a gear it's even better. Getting used to it, folks. It's been 20 years since I've driven a stick on any consistent basis, actually probably more than 20 years. We gotta find out if this exhaust is a muffler delete or an actual exhaust system. And because this car shows that it was owned as a fleet car by a company, and it's got GoPro mounts all over the place in this thing and on the outside, that I'm thinking this might have been a track rental or something for that to be the case. So maybe that explains why it's got the Barton shifter in it. It's already got some exhaust work. So there could be, underneath here, there could be a surprise. There could be some fancy exhaust because it sounds a little bit different. Actually sounds a lot different than what a normal muffler delete would sound like. Let's get back to driving this thing. So I'm on a bit of an open road now, and I am in fifth gear. I'll go back to fourth a little bit. Whoa! Okay, I'm not gonna edit that out, but I missed a gear and literally chirped the tires downshifting. But what's great is this thing is strong, and it literally slowed the car to a point the tires actually squealed a little bit. Now I'm good. So just getting used to it. This is the first full day driving this car, and believe me, I will be a master at this thing very soon. what is great, what I did not forget about, what did come back to me like riding a bicycle, was the clutch. So this clutch, any clutch, this clutch for sure, was just really easy to get to know. So now, perfect downshift right there. And what's nice about a manual is if you need to throw it into a lower gear, jump out of the way of something, or scoot around somebody, you've got that instant power. Now, yes, with an automatic, you can do that. You can use the paddles. You can even throw the shifter over into manual, and you can slide it forward and backward. It's just not the same when you don't have the ability to control the clutch and rip a second gear chirp like we did back in the 80s, which is fun, and I've done that already. Where you take off in first, push in the clutch, shift into second, drop that clutch, and just hammer it, and this thing lights them up in second gear. I haven't tried third gear yet, but I'm gonna get used to that fourth. Oh, I'm gonna get used to that third and fifth. Third and fifth gear are really close together, so I'm learning that. So going to third gear on the freeway is not a good idea, but it's still pretty cool. Now here's where the manual's not going to be fun. Is I've got some traffic coming up here, which means I'm going to have to sit through this traffic, pumping that clutch a little bit. It's only this short section, so we'll resume once we get back from there.
A few minutes later.
All right, we are coming out the other side of this traffic, and we are going to get to highway speed, get in and out of this traffic. So I just thought about it. I did the math. The last time I drove a manual on a consistent basis as my primary driver, or geez, even as any driver, I was 21 years old when I got rid of my 5-speed BMW 320i and ended up in an automatic. And since then, it's been 31 years since I've been driving a manual. So you can forgive me a little bit, but now we're in fourth. We'll go to fifth, nice and smooth. And it's just a matter of getting used to this stuff. But what's great is you have to use your brain a little bit. Somebody put in the comments you don't have to use your brain. Well, you don't. Once this thing becomes like part of you, then you get past using your brain, and it's just natural. But right now, I'm using my brain a little to make sure that I'm good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and change lanes here and get on it. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm in fifth gear, and I've got so much more left, but the car just feels so good. And whatever they did with this exhaust, it's got that perfect note to it. And why that matters in this car more than it matters in an automatic is once your brain gets a handle on the sounds of that exhaust, you'll also know without looking at the tachometer, just by hear and feel when you need to shift the car. That's what's cool. That's the senses that are used to drive a manual versus an automatic. That makes it so much fun because you're using all of your senses, your feel, your touch, your hearing, your vision, everything to drive one of these things. That's what's so great. And it's just sad that they're trying to make these things go away, and they've been trying to make them go away for so long. But we've got one. And I'm telling you, what's going to be hard is to go back to an automatic, because I don't drag race. I'm not drag racing my cars, so I don't need an automatic to shave an extra, you know, tenth of a second off of a, you know, track time. I just want to drive and have fun in the car, and this certainly accomplishes that. You just want to get to a place to where you can shift it again. And now I'm in fourth, back up in fifth. It's just so nice. I know I'm going to get a ticket in this thing. I haven't had a ticket in a long time, but this thing is a ticket machine because you just want to stop on it. Now, I'm going to go back to fourth and practice here, getting around this car. So boom, and just pick up all that juice. And the front of the car lifts up, and it lifts up more than the automatics for some reason. It was the torque of the tranny, I don't know. Comment below, let me know, but this front end just lifts up when I take off. As it goes. Oh yeah. This thing is so awesome. Alright, back to the fifth. Alright, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now, folks. So you can stop making fun of me now. We're good. I'm gonna go into sixth gear and just see what that's like. No, it's not sixth gear. That's sixth gear. Alright. Oh geez, sixth is really, it's like the old overdrive. I mean, it's just you want good gas mileage or the best gas mileage you can get out of this thing, throw in 6th, just cruise. And I just looked down, and good thing I'm in Mexico because I was past 100 miles an hour. Yikes. Right now we're just cruising. Now somebody comes up alongside you, wants to dance. Shift this thing up to 5, get some more. Hell, go down to the 4th. Oh, you got it all. Oh man, this thing is so much fun. Oh, and you know what's funny is I've made a deal with my friends. If they don't know how to drive a manual, I'm giving lessons. And I'm going to give a lesson. I'm going to do a video on how to drive a manual soon. And I'm going to use this car to do it, obviously, because there's so many of you out there that are like, man, I just don't know how to do it. And that's okay. But I believe that while some of you have said in the comments that no self-respecting car guy doesn't work on his own car and do engine mods and stuff like that, well, I'll tell you, I'd say no self-respecting car guy does not know how to drive a manual or aspire to know how to drive a manual. Fair enough? Because that is the real experience of actually driving a car. This is so incredible. And what's nice, I was showing my daughter yesterday that the difference between this and an automatic, it's a lot easier doing this thing. If I want to rev the motor at somebody, I can pull up alongside of them, push the clutch, rev this thing. I'm doing 70, I'm throwing some revs, re-engage the clutch, and go. So it's that old flex. And I'll tell you a funny story. But I tried to do that in my mom's Pontiac Fiero when I was 16. I was driving by with my buddy Tony, some girls walking down the street, and I thought, dude, we need to rev the engine like I do with my, Toyota pickup truck and stuff. And because I had headers on it, so I can make it sound pretty good. And I went to go throw the Pontiac Fiero into neutral. It was an automatic, so I squeezed the handle and I went to push it in neutral and accidentally threw it into park or reverse or something. All I know is that car just stopped, locked up, and made the worst sound in the world. It never got the rev. The girls were walking by us laughing, and thank goodness the car started back up and was fine. I'm sure there was some damage in that tranny somehow, but the thing still drove after that. But throwing it in and getting a nice rev while you're cruising down the street is something you can't do in an automatic in the same fashion and as easy and effortless as you can in a manual. Now there's a RAV4 in front of me, so I'm going to go ahead and downshift and go around them. You hear that? You hear that? I hope you guys can hear some of this stuff. It sounds so great. Just boogieing. I'm going to get a ticket. It's just a matter of time. I should speak that into reality here, but this is just so different. Man. Alright, so we're going to show up here in a second and get this little dent fixed. And I wish you guys could see it from the camera so you know that I'm not just making it up, but it's got to get fixed. I notice it, and it's ugly. So we're going to get that fixed. We'll wrap up this video and downshift to get around this big work truck here and this Porsche Cayenne. Oh man, I'm not a Porsche guy. Woo! Burning through the gears, shifting lanes. Need some loud music in here. I need some loud music in here. And I'm sorry, I love rap music. Normally, some of you hate that I play this stuff sometimes, but this is some good old-fashioned rock and roll. Maybe some Sammy Hagar or something when you got the gear shift now. Come on, let's get around this guy. Oh my God, this is the best purchase. This is more fun than the Lambo. And the Lambo's a lot of fun. Just throwing these gears around. You make the car yours. So awesome. All right, let's go fix this dent. Dude, What's up? It's been a long time. I don't know you.
How you doing, bro?
Good to see
Yeah,
you, man.
yeah,
You're still rock too.
Huh?
Everybody else got fat. You stayed the same.
I tried, dude. I tried. I like that. Is this this is newer,
This
right?
is my 5th or 6th one.
Jeez.
So you met me on the 2nd one. Then I got rid of that. I traded that in on a Hellcat Red Eye, which was black like this, wide body. And then I got rid of that. I got a blue Scat Pack Charger. Then I got a Hellcat Charger.
Oh yeah, that's
so Saturday I found this on CarMax. I got an Uber.
Just got this on
On
Saturday.
I
Get
drove
outta
down to
here.
CarMax, bought it, didn't tell my wife. Wife calls me when I'm there, yells at me, but I bought
Yells
this thing.
at you.
But it's fun. It's used, but it's a 6-speed manual, dude. Look at that. 6-speed manual.
Oh my god.
With the shaker.
Turn it on really quick. I have my earbuds
Oh,
on.
that's a freaking
Yeah?
beast, dude. It's a beast. And what's crazy is with this manual is just getting used to driving again. You know? Is that nuts? And watch that hood flex. Isn't that great? This thing is so cool, dude. I mean, 38,000 bucks. It's the most fun car I've ever had in my life, dude. It's fun. So the ding is small, and when I bought it, I knew it. Even CarMax said, "Oh yeah, you got a ding. You know, we can fix that." I'm like, "No, I got a guy that'll do it right if it can get done. If it can't, then it
CarMax you
can't."
buy that?
Buena Park.
Oh, okay.
I love buying from them, dude, because it's so easy. I don't have to spend 6 hours. They overcharge for everything.
Yeah.
It's way overpriced. So let me see here. Oh, right there.
All of them?
See right here.
Just one of them.
Well, if you can get anything done, whatever you could do to make this thing look
It
perfect.
just all depends on
This
you.
one's the worst one.
I want to point stuff out to you. And
Yeah.
Get caught.
I mean, I'd love it to be perfect.
Let's see. There's just 2 1/4 pounds there. That's pretty damn perfect already.
Yeah, that's from somebody dancing on top of it.
Yeah, but if that doesn't bother you, then you know I know these kind of bother people, stuff like that doesn't, but I just kind of point things out for my customers.
Yeah,
So,
that's-
you know, I mean, just in case you see it later and you're like,
Yeah.
no, I'll do a package deal for you, obviously.
Yeah, no, I know, you're awesome, dude. And I'll show you the outcome, not that you can see how it looks now. There, maybe you can see right, yeah, you can see right there, folks. Little ding, and that makes me crazy. I want this thing to be perfect. So even though I'll probably sell it in 2 or 3 months, who knows, maybe I'll keep it because I'm loving this car. But if I do, whoever gets it will get a perfect car, all fixed up and done right. So, all right, let's get this thing fixed. Oh no, what's on this, man? Oh my god. All right, we are back at home, and check this out. Look at this amazing job he did on this car. There were 2 or 3 little dings all the way down this side, completely gone, fixed beautifully. And up here, it was a little bit of ripple, just a little bit of ripple, and that is completely gone and fixed. So now the car body is perfectly straight. We checked the whole thing out and made sure there was nothing out of place. So that is done. Then we're gonna go get the paint corrected because there are some flaws, a few little places where they did some touch up on it. This wing's going away. And right here, somebody did a horrible job with some touch up paint. We'll get that fixed, and this thing will be absolutely mint when I'm done with it. So what do you think? Comment below. It is coming together nice. Get the wheels powder coated or get some different wheels on it. If you have some ideas for some wheels, let me know. Put some links in your comments so I can just click on them and go check them out. Maybe I'll throw those on here because what I have here are the 245 45 ZR20s. So 20-inch wheels. So I think I'd want to go the same things, obviously, but let me know. Comment below. And with that, everybody, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, then hit that like button, subscribe, comment, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and one more thing. Yes, this is going away, but so is that. I do not believe this is supposed to be on this car. There should be either an RT emblem here or nothing. I believe nothing is here, and then the Challenger logo is there. Let me know if you know exactly. I've just looked at a bunch of them, and this is not supposed to be there. So that'll come off. This will be back to original spec and looking beautiful.